Just for wandering on the street, the man was sentenced to 6 months in prison. In court he kept explaining that he was just a tourist visiting for fun, but the judge, citing disobedience to the verdict, extended his sentence to 6 years. Andor wanted to step up and protest, but he was immediately forced onto a transport ship by soldiers. After a short flight, the transport ship arrived at the prison. As the gates slowly opened, the prisoners barefoot were driven onto the prison platform. Then several people came out from inside the prison, all of them wearing thick, heavy shoes. The guards told Andor and the others that this prison was actually an imperial factory. All of them had been classified as usable labor, and would spend their sentences doing intense physical work. They warned Andor and the others not to even think about escaping, because the entire floor of the prison was wired with high-voltage electricity. Then, to make them understand, the warden pressed a button in his hand. In an instant, the floor was filled with current. The prisoners screamed in unbearable pain. When the warden turned the power off, Andor and the others collapsed to the ground. Seeing that the prisoners could no longer move, the warden simply left. Only then did they realize that the guards were all wearing insulated boots. The guards then took Andor straight to the work area. There, another prisoner walked up to him. He told Andor that he was the team leader of this section, and began explaining the rules here. Every inmate here had to work 12-hour shifts. There were countless work sections in the prison, and there was even a ranking system between them. The prison calculated each section's score based on productivity. If your section ranked at the bottom, every prisoner in that section would be punished with an electric shock. As Andor watched everyone working like mad, he began to feel lost. Was this really how he was going to spend 6 whole years? After 12 hours of brutal labor, the exhausted Andor went to the rest area. But just as he was about to lie down, he overheard something shocking. The inmates were talking about how last month, everyone's sentence had suddenly been doubled. That news must have caused an uproar outside. But Andor said that when he was still out there, he'd never heard anything about prisoners' sentences being doubled. It was obvious the prison had covered it up. At that moment, Andor finally realized the darkness of this place was far beyond what he had imagined. There was no justice here, only lies buried under power, and endless despair. And right then, a spark called freedom began to burn quietly inside Andor's heart.